We have a huge injury update for the Knicks regarding Mitchell Robinson. As we reported on this channel a few weeks ago, reports at that time were indicating that Robinson potentially could miss the start of the regular season for New York. But since that time, we really haven't received any updates regarding Robinson and his status for opening night. However, recently, ESPN NBA insider Chris Herring gave us an updated report indicating that the Knicks are still bringing Robinson along very slowly due to his ankle surgery and his rehab. Because of this, it would all seem to support the fact that Robinson will indeed miss the start of the regular season for the Knicks. We're going to break down all of these latest reports and so much more today. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, go ahead and hit that subscribe button now. And make sure you have notifications turned on so you don't miss a second of the new content. And now, let's get started. The Knicks are bringing back Mitchell Robinson very slowly. This was the update I was most concerned about. Mitchell Robinson and his status for opening night. We knew a few weeks ago his status was in jeopardy, but that was a few weeks ago. A lot of things can happen in that span of time. But now we know, thanks to NBA insider Chris Herring, that the Knicks are still actively bringing Robinson along very slowly. Even if it means him missing all of training camp or even the start of the regular season, the Knicks are going to do this. Let's break down these latest reports from Chris Herring of ESPN. According to Herring, Mitchell Robinson gutted through the pain to play in the first round against the Philadelphia 76ers and former MVP Joel Embiid, but then needed a surgical procedure on his left ankle and was ruled out for the remainder of the playoffs. New York lost Isaiah Hartenstein in free agency and will be thin at the center spot, so Robinson's health will be even more important. That gives the Knicks added incentive to take their time with Robinson's rehab, even if it means he isn't ready for training camp or the start of the season. For a team like the Knicks, who are considered contenders, who have championship aspirations next season, to be this thin at center, to not have the depth that you need at the center position, for your starting center in Mitchell Robinson potentially going to miss the start of the regular season, and we don't even know how many games. It could be 1 game, it could be 3 games, it could be 5 games. We don't know, and that's concerning. The Knicks need Mitchell Robinson, a healthy Mitchell Robinson, if they want to go all the way to the Eastern Conference Finals or even beyond that next season. Mitchell Robinson is different for us out there on defense. Even on offense, he's probably one of the best in the league in terms of getting offensive rebounds. So when he's out there for the Knicks, he changes things. He blocks shots, he gets rebounds, he's active down there. And when he's doing that for New York, he gets us second chance opportunities. That is one of the main reasons why the Knicks have been unstoppable in the last few seasons. If they're able to keep up that rebounding with the current roster we have right now, with that level of defense, we're going to be even more unstoppable, not only on defense this time, but also on offense. Remember, we have Randall returning. We have Jalen Brunson, who's a superstar. We have Mikal Bridges, OG Anunoby, and if anything goes wrong in the paint, we have Mitchell Robinson to clean it up. Or at least we will when he comes back fully healthy. Now listen, I have no problem at all with the Knicks bringing Robinson along slowly. If they need to do that because that's what his health requires, then do it. No problem at all with that. But this is just another reason, another year of the Knicks going through another issue with Mitchell Robinson, either not being available, going through some type of rehab, some type of injury, or something like that that causes him to not be there when the Knicks need him. If he's not available opening night, that is going to hurt us in terms of us trying to make a statement. Remember, we are going up against the defending champions, the Boston Celtics. We need all hands on deck. Everybody needs to be available. Thankfully, we learned recently that Julius Randle will be available opening night. That is a huge plus for the Knicks. The next part of that is Mitchell Robinson. We need him. Now, listen, I know the reports at this point are saying that the Knicks are bringing him along slowly. And because of that, if he misses training camp or the start of the regular season, so be it. I understand that. I understand that mindset. And I want Mitchell Robinson healthy more than anybody else. And if they have to do this in order for him to be healthy for a longer period of time, do it. I'm all for it. But I also have to admit the fact that they have to do this, the fact that now on opening night, they're going to have to try out and experiment with different lineups, which they wouldn't have to do if Mitchell Robinson was healthy and available. I think the writing is on the wall for Robinson. This might be his final season with New York. He just can't stay healthy. He is great when he's available and healthy for New York. But when he's not, he causes the Knicks to have to scramble and figure out what they have to do. A championship team like the Knicks are right now shouldn't have to do that. I'm sorry to say it. Maybe I'll be the first one to say it. Mitchell Robinson and the Knicks, his time with us, it has been long overdue. It's time for both of us to move on. He has to go to another team, and the Knicks need to find another starting center. Obviously, they wanted Isaiah Hartenstein to be that starting center. He's now with OKC. They wanted Walker Kessler at least to be part of the Knicks' future. But Danny Ainge wouldn't budge in terms of a trade. And now, who knows what the Knicks' future is going to be at that center position. But it's clear. It can't be Robinson. And I know I'm going to catch a lot of hate in the comments. I'm not hating on Robinson. I'm hating on the fact that our starting center is still not going to be available. Availability is the biggest issue that I have with Mitchell Robinson. It's not even so much his game, even though you can make the argument that the way he sets screens, his offensive game, it's not great. You can criticize him there. But if I did that, a lot of people would criticize me and call me a hater. But I'm not trying to be a hater. I'm calling it like I see it. Do I want Robinson to be available, to be healthy, to do all the things we see him do on defense each and every game for as many games possible? Absolutely. That's what I want. His health is a major factor for the Knicks and how far they want to go next season. But having faith in Robinson, after everything I've seen, year after year after year after year of following this young man, I can't put my faith in him because every time I do, things like this come out. Reports like this come out. And it concerns me. Not having the starting center for your team concerns me. Now on opening night, I don't know who's going to start. Maybe it's Achua. Maybe it's Jericho Sims. Maybe they do that experiment that Tom Thibodeau was suggesting and they start Randall off at center to start the season. Now, I don't think that's going to happen because Tom Thibodeau himself indicated it takes a toll on whoever has to play center. And if that's not their primary role, if their natural role is not playing center, then they're going to risk injury. So I don't think that Tom Thibodeau is going to play Julius Randle at the 5 spot come opening night. However, I do think that we're going to see a combination of Achua and Jericho Sims play that position. Depending on how it goes, they might switch things up and experiment with maybe Anunoby playing the 5 spot or another player. Again, I'm not sure what Tom Thibodeau is going to do. It depends on how the game is going, who has the hot hand, how everybody is, and obviously who is available come opening night. Right now, we're thinking that Robinson is not going to be available when the Knicks take on Boston. But anything could happen between now and opening night. And I hope that's for the better with Mitchell Robinson. But looking at his history and everything I know about Robinson, it doesn't look like the Knicks are going to have their starting big man come opening night. And that is a huge blow to a Knicks team that absolutely needs to get off to a strong start. Because if they do that, they can potentially take the number 1 seed and stay there for the entire season. Because everything we know about this Knicks team is next man up mentality. If you push us, if you challenge us, we are always going to be up for it. And during the season, no matter how many obstacles you throw at us, we're going to be able to overcome it. Last season, we had to deal with so many injuries, and we were still the number 2 seed. I don't anticipate the Knicks dealing with all of those injuries this season coming up. And if that's the case, who knows what we're going to be come the end of the season, headed into the postseason. And when we're in the playoffs, if we're fully healthy, this Knicks team could be a scary nightmare team for anybody we're going up against. And I can't wait till we get there. And hopefully, when we're in the playoffs, we're going to have a fully healthy, fully available, fully active Mitchell Robinson. Because if the Knicks have that, who knows how far we could go. But what about you guys? What do you think about these latest reports indicating that Mitchell Robinson potentially could miss the start of the regular season for the Knicks? Let me know in the comments below, guys, because honestly, I would love to hear from you. But that's going to do it for this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. And if you did, go ahead and smash that like button, leave a comment below. And of course, guys, please subscribe to the channel. Until next time, Knicks fans. Peace.